I was told to tell you to join the family by my family so we can become a family. You get it?
If you don't get it, forget about it.
My people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Batala FC. We are within new week, new opportunities, rejuvenation up in the studio, flamingos behind us. Felipe Luis, thank you for the lesson that you gave Enzo Maresca as well as us as fans in terms of complacency. And the players, of course. The players definitely got a wake up call in that game. We still have the opportunity to make the round of 16 should we beat ES Tunis on Wednesday morning. 3 a.m. kickoff, early hours. Oof. Ugh, dreadful hours to be up watching football, but we'll be there. We'll review the game thereafter. Shout out for tuning in for today's session. If you're yet to join the fam, I would love to welcome you to our fast growing family as Patala FC. You get me? But today, we're breaking down transfers, and mostly the channel is Chelsea focused. We know this, but other clubs are moving mad. You know them wait there, as expressions oozing would say. So we have to break it down. We have to consider it. You can't just focus on yourself when you're contending, competing with other teams that, if anything, are a bit more serious with the business they are doing at the moment. And I'd like to start with a team that had a lackluster season but still finished strong enough, and that's Pep Guardiola's Man City. To focus on Pep Guardiola himself, he had one of the most difficult seasons of his managerial career. Outside factors, factors outside of football, definitely impacted his season, but as well as injuries and other aspects in the football sense. Losing Rodri, losing an Oscar Bob, perhaps, when he had him in the plans, not replacing Julian Alvarez, Kevin De Bruyne not being available full time, also not being at his level best throughout the season. All those factors, even Alkay Gundogan. Gundogan didn't have his best season, but the way he's playing at the Club World Cup, Gundogan is keen to return and be that Man City man that tormented all of us. On top of that, Man City have made three strong signings. Ait Nouri from Wolves, Reinders from AC Milan, and Ryan Jerky from Lyon. And these players have hit the ground running, if anything. Jerky scored yesterday against Al Ain, opens his account. But there's another player I'd like to mention outside of these three signings. A player that could be the replacement to Julian Alvarez. Not that they play the same position, but they do come from the same club. Star boys at their time of signing, and that's Claudio Echeverri, who scored a free kick that made me rub my eyes and say, is that Alvarez? You get me? Echeverri could be the standout that we overlook. Phil Foden, of course, as well, will look to rejuvenate his career, if anything. He had a player of the season career, but last season it was just lackluster from him. Maybe it's also aspects outside of football. But all the Man City players will have a point to prove. On top of that, their manager's frustration from last season, I believe Pep would love to respond to the realities that he faced last season. That scares me. And for that reason, I don't want to say it, but if Chelsea are not to take the league next season, I see Man City as the favorites already. However, we have to jump to the current reigning champions, and that's Liverpool, who are equally serious with the business they're doing. Three major signings, two from Leverkusen in Jeremy Frimpong, as well as a record breaking signing, Florian Wirtz. Those two signings by themselves, the chemistry they bring, having played together, having won three major trophies, you could say, together in Germany, that friendship they have, bringing it from Germany to England in the team that just won the Premier League, that's a statement in itself from Liverpool. To make it worse, they go into the Premier League, get a Premier League proven left back in Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth. And by the way, Bournemouth, guys, they have been weakened in that back line. They could lose three of the four men that were starters in the back line. But I digress, guys. Those three signings by Liverpool, Frimpong, Wirtz, Kerkez, that's two men in the back line replacing Trent with Frimpong, if anything. Robertson is towards the latter stages of his brilliant career, shining at that level that we always appreciated as football fans. But replacing Robertson with someone of Kirk's his trajectory, that is brilliant business from Liverpool. Honestly, they're looking to offload Darwin Nunes. You'd assume those funds would be used for something. But even before that happens, someone has left Liverpool for Leverkusen, and that's Jorel or Jarel. Is it Jarel Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa has been officially taken off the books. He joins Leverkusen, and that's Eric Ten Hag's first signing, I'm assuming. You get me? So the relationship between Leverkusen and Liverpool, it's cooking. You get me? But this just says a lot about Liverpool and Man City and their intentions for the upcoming Premier League seasons. We look across the board to the other clubs. Newcastle, I haven't seen an official major statement signing from Newcastle. Arsenal, same thing. Chelsea, can you really count Dario Isugo and Delap as statement signings? Not at the level of what Liverpool and Man City have done, guys. Not really, not in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Chelsea are strengthened. Chelsea have kept all the players that got us into the top four last season, but we needed to build on that for us to be even more convinced as Chelsea fans. Who else in the top four can we mention? Someone that I'm missing? Not really, right? Forest, I don't think they'll be the same next season. Villa, they haven't officially taken on a Marcus Rashford or an Asensio, Marcos Asensio. They haven't really taken them on as permanent signings. So, in terms of seriousness in that top six, Liverpool and Man City are angry. The Premier League champions right now are angry. And they'll want. Actually, there's another player we didn't mention, Mamadashvili, goalkeeper, solidified. That man could easily displace Allison on his best day. I'm not trying to discredit what Allison Becker has done, one of the best on his day. However, Mamadashvili is healthy competition for Allison. What? This is crazy. Like, when I think about it, saying Chelsea have a chance of winning the Premier League under Enzo Maresca, very daring shout. Not a very sober shout when you think about it. Given what Arne Slot and Pep Guardiola could achieve next season. You look at the four trophies available. Of course, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and the Champions League. From those four trophies, are you telling me from those four, neither Man City or Liverpool will take? Hey, that's bold. That's a really bold reality. It's more like you should ask yourself which ones will each team take, you know, at minimum. But of course, this past season, Crystal Palace surprised us, Newcastle surprised us. Who's to say we won't have more surprises? But I don't see it happening the same way next season. There were elements of fortune from these teams, historic ducks meant to be broken. Now they're broken. No more complacency from the top dogs. You get me? That's how I see next season going, guys. But yeah, these are my thoughts, guys. Should we still keep going and break down Chelsea? If you're still here, shout out. We're gonna do it. Let's do it, guys. Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson's red card brought about speculation. Indeed, he deserved it, most definitely. Nicholas Jackson has been linked to Italian clubs, Napoli and Juventus. I don't mind us just letting go. Personally, I think we've tried. It could be a loan move. Might be even better. Let him go on loan if it's easier for us as a club because we do have strikers. I would rather go with the Mark Gill experiment alongside Delap at this point if the discipline from Jackson doesn't improve. But I don't see it really happening. It's just what I feel we would prefer as fans. I'm hearing speculation about Kolo Muane possibly joining Chelsea from Juventus or from, I believe he's still a PSG player. He was on loan at Juve. He did well at Juve, 10 goals in 20 games. Not like wow, but it's okay. But I don't like Kolo Muane. Ever since he missed that chance in the World Cup final, I don't rate him. You get me? So I don't think we need him. Might be just Jackson with a bit more experience. That's how I see Kolo Muane, if anything. And more speculation, Arsenal are linked with Andre Santos, so are Bayern Munich. Andre Santos, should he be patient for minutes? I believe he should. Still pains me that he hasn't seen the pitch at the Club World Cup under Maresca. Maresca could cost himself his job if he doesn't start giving him minutes. That's how deep I think it is. If we don't start utilizing the squad in the right way, how do we appreciate the value of players? Which is what Blue Co require, if anything. So what's Maresca doing? Bayern Munich, should they become aggressive? Should Santos start showing any elements of being keen to leave? We might just lose the player. You get me, guys? So yeah, any other thoughts? Last one. Can't wait for this player to actually have some video footage so I can share with you guys. Afonso Gomez, 9-year-old who signed for Chelsea. Just thought I'd mention him. I think he's another wonder kid. Chelsea and wonder kids. Yeah, guys, on this channel, we love us a wonder kid. And Chelsea seem to have signed one of the best for the future. He was signed early June, actually. So I'll be keen to actually get a video out in time where I break down his abilities, when I also have a bit more insight as we see it from a distance. You get me? But shout out, guys. Thank you for tuning in once more. You get me? We'll be back. Chelsea versus ES Tunis preview tomorrow. Early tomorrow is how I'd like to structure it because we play very early on Wednesday. You get me? Blessings, my people.